Good afternoon all and welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. Now in today's video it takes place in 1 hour and 58 minutes time at Old Trafford. It's I was going to say West Ham then. It's Liverpool versus Manchester United at Old Trafford. So we're going to do a preview like we did last week. Let's hope that later on's game's a bit better than it was last Sunday because we built it up big time, didn't we, for it to be. It wasn't the best, we'll call it that. But before we do get started, please can you subscribe to West Ham Unofficial. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I think we're on 533 if the ticker comes back around 533. So please subscribe if you are new. And we do have a West Ham fan coming on in about 10 minutes time to talk perhaps whoever wins this tie comes up against the Mighty Hammers in the next round. So let's bring some guests on now. To start with, we've got Dave, who's a Liverpool fan. Good afternoon, Dave. How are you?
All right, Jake. Yeah, not too bad yet. A little bit excited for this big one today.
Yeah, I think everyone's excited for this. Let's hope it was better than last week.
Oh, come here. I think any game can be better than last week.
Rob, who's a Man United fan. Good afternoon, Rob.
Hello, Jake. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. We've got Rich, who's a Liverpool fan. Rich.
Afternoon, Jake. Hope you guys are well.
Rich.
Afternoon.
Top.
And Rich, also Rich, who's a Man United fan. Rich, good afternoon. How are you?
Hiya.
Good to see you. Right, so let's get started. Dave, we'll start with you just before.
I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you? Looking forward to the game.
Right. Definitely. Dave, coming to you. Just before we get started, last time I met you, you were a tad drunk talking, Liverpool are better than West Ham, but we'll see.
Never. Yeah, but probably, yeah, okay, yeah, we go with that.
Wasn't 10 in the morning, was it?
It probably was.
It was actually, I think it was.
I'm Irish, it comes to bin.
Very good. Right, I just got a few couple of comments. Josh, hi Jake, come on Liverpool. At least there will be no draws this week. Yeah, that's
a good thing.
Yeah, that is a good point because there's got to be a result. It's got to come out after about 6 o'clock. What are we on 5? By 8 o'clock there should be a result. But Dave, are you confident going into it for Liverpool?
Yeah, today I am. Yeah, last week it's a Premier League game. You could see that United were kind of just coming for the draw, and it's very, very hard to beat a team like that. No matter how good you are, if you have a team that are set up for a draw, it's very hard to beat them. Today there has to be a winner, so this could give us the little kick we need going forward because we have a run of games coming up that are very, very tough, like Spurs away and then West Ham away. Today, if we win, that will set us up good to get back on track in the Premier League. But look, at the end of the day, it's at Old Trafford as well. It have been hit and miss at Old Trafford this season, but it's Liverpool. Only one can go through. So for either team, but for me, this could be the downfall for United. Liverpool beat them today. They could go on a little run of themselves. Like this is our first really, really, really blip in 3 years, and like for the last 3 years we've been outstanding. And like we're within 1 point one season of winning it. 90 odd yet last year, goal scoring for fun. We're still top goal scorers in the league. Just for the last 5 games, it's just been, I don't know. I've never seen it myself since Hodgson, really. But we're too good to not do this. We're too good to be this bad at the minute. But we will kick back. We will.
Yeah, Rob, it's a kind of anything can happen. It's the FA Cup 4th round, really. It's a 1-game kind of stand. Anything could happen, but are you confident, Rob?
Ish, yeah. Like you said, it's the cup, isn't it? Anything can happen. It doesn't matter that Liverpool are on a bit of a blip at the moment and we're doing all right. It just all that goes out the window in the cup, doesn't it? I think Liverpool will probably be pleased to have such a big game as their next game, because if you can't get up for this one, then you've got proper problems, don't you? But I think, I'm confident. We're home. We're playing all right. Liverpool are obviously in the blip. We'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad it's on BBC so I can watch it anyway.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, really, for both of you, it's a cup final for you both because you both play. Whoever wins plays West Ham in the next round, and that's an automatic elimination because
Yes, you gotta love a bit of confidence, don't you?
Yeah, bit of optimism. Fair play to you, Jake.
And why not? You should be confident. You guys are playing really well, aren't you?
Very well.
Moyes has got you ticking pretty well. So
Yeah. Who will be home in the next match? Is it West Ham who will be home?
It's at West Ham, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah.
I think for the FA Cup, it's away. I think for West Ham.
Oh,
is it?
Well, so could be you'd be playing Liverpool then Sunday in the league, and then away to go.
Good afternoon, WMP. Do you think both teams to play first team or the B team? Now this was my next question, WP. You've took it out of my mouth. Rich, do you think Klopp? I mean, Klopp, he's got a kind of a way of playing a lot of youngsters in the cups. Do you think that he's going to go full strength again, or
I think it'll be a little bit of mix and match. I think Salah will be playing for definite. Firmino, the back four will probably stay as the back four. Midfield, he might mix up a little bit, I guess. Depends if Henderson's back, really. Although, would you save Henderson for Thursday? Probably. But no, to be honest with you, I'm more confident in this game than I was last week. I was confident last week that we'd win, but probably because, like you said, we're away from home. So hopefully United will come at us a bit more and open it up. Whereas we've really struggled against teams that have just put banks of four right in front of goal, and we just can't seem to break them down. And it's funny how, like, Liverpool, like, even though we were winning, we were criticised, like, our midfield to just all about energy. We haven't got a ball player, and now we get Thiago in. People now say, "Oh no, he slows the game up for you guys." It's like you can't win sometimes. But no, I mean, I am more confident in this game because, like I said, hopefully United will be, trying to come at us, and hopefully that bring out some space for us at the back.
Yeah, Rob, do you think that Ollie will put out kind of the big guns up top? We're talking Rashford. Do you think they'll play all of them? I mean, we'll find out the team news in about 50 minutes. But what do you think he's going to do attacking wise?
I think he'll probably do much of the same because it is Liverpool at the end of the day. He can't go playing around with the team too much. They're doing all right. They had a little bit of a rest in the midweek, didn't they? Cavani played, so he'll probably be back on the bench again. Yeah, I don't think there'll be many differences, to be honest. Probably start with Martial, and then when he messes up like he usually does and wastes gallons of chances, he'll get weak about an hour in. But hopefully, I think we'll be doing much of what we have done previously. Rashford will tear you lot to shreds, hopefully.
Very good. Dave, if we come back to you, you haven't scored in 2021 yet, and you've kind of.
Well, I mean, get that in there.
What happened to me on that one, Jake?
Well, I mean, you play us on the 31st, so there won't be no goals going in for Liverpool there. But I think that who do you fear from that kind of Man United side? And do you think that your attacking players can get back on track and finally score some goals in 2021?
Yeah, for me today, I'd sacrifice Trent today and bring in Nico if we can. I think Nico is a great little option. I think Trent is just he's in a very, very bad form at the minute. So I'd probably rest him there, bring in Nico. I'd also try and take Fabinho out of centre half. I know he's been class, but I think
we miss him, don't we, in midfield?
We do miss him in midfield. Yeah. And midfield is where we're suffering at the minute. Whatever about top three, but midfield is where we're suffering because from midfield to the front is not as good as it used to be. Fabinho has a little bit of class there, and him and Thiago in the middle, but maybe Gini. And I think with the three boys up top, I think we could do it. But then you'd have Nat Phillips and Matip in centre half, two big guys, and Matip can do a job there. But
Matip.
Fabinho has been immense, but I mean we've had our two best midfielders playing centre half for a few games. And that's you don't win games if you take your best midfielders and put them in the back line. But who do I fear from United? Well, them all really. But I mean, we feared Fernandes the last day, and he was very quiet. He's a shocking record against the top six in big games, but he's quality. I mean, United are where they are because of him. And let's not forget that. Like, if you took him out of that team, I know you're not a one-man team, but he's been involved in 30 goals in 30-something games. Like, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I dare him if he's on form.
Yeah, I mean, with the news like with City losing De Bruyne, Leicester losing Vardy, if Fernandes could tweak a hamstring and be out for 6 weeks, then that put us back in the hunt, I reckon.
You look at City there and KDB out, but like Phil Foden is quality.
Oh yeah, no, he is.
They have abundance of talent, but in saying that, like they were very ordinary against Cheltenham for a lot of that game last night. With the talent they have, I mean, KDB is a huge miss. Let's not like coming against the likes of Liverpool in 2 weeks' time. You've Spurs and United as well. It's going to be tough without him.
Yeah,
you've a lot of games. You're playing twice a week now for a month or two.
Yeah, it comes thick and fast, doesn't it?
It's when we could come back into it and just fly away again.
Hopefully we can.
On this comment here, let me just change myself around. I mean, I'm not going to answer this question here.
He's the only one that can afford one.
Yeah.
Very good. Right, we've got a couple more guests coming on now. We've got Paul, who's Liverpool fan. Good evening there. Good afternoon, Paul. How are you?
Very well yourself. Have you all enjoyed the snow? I've just joined you. I've just come in from outside. How wonderful was this?
It was brilliant with the kids this morning.
No snow here.
Yeah, it was great.
I've only put 25 pictures of snow out on Facebook so far, so more to come. And if the result goes right this evening or this afternoon, then there'll certainly be a lot more. If it doesn't, then we don't want to talk about football. There's a pandemic on. It's all about snow. You know how it goes.
Very good. And also because we all know that in the next round, whoever wins plays the Mighty Hammers. And to talk about that side of it, we've got Mike, who's a West Ham fan. Good afternoon, Mike. I couldn't come on here and just be surrounded by all of
Jake.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Mike.
Mike, I had to bring someone on who knows some real football knowledge on it, haven't I? So just to carry on then, Paul, if we come to you, who do you fear from the Manchester United side? And do you think it's going to be tough up at Old Trafford this afternoon?
Well, I think they'll probably try and play a little bit more, because all the teams that obviously Liverpool hadn't scored in 4 and scored 1 against West Brom before. But of course, every game they've played, take Southampton out because they scored early. But these are teams who are going to sit back and play. I can't see United doing that today. They're at home. A point is no good because it's not up for grabs, is it? It's a win-lose. You're ever through against the Hammers in the next round, or you're not. So I think it's going to be a bit more open. Then again, I said there was going to be goals the other game. I mean, United have beat Liverpool once in the last 11 games. I don't really think it's relevant, really. But players you fear, if Liverpool play well, they'll win the football match. I mean, it's not about Man United; it's about Liverpool. But we all know what's been going on lately with Liverpool. I think that the question is, and you'll probably all agree, is who's going to play? I mean, would you agree, gentlemen, that it's going to be stronger because they're playing each other? Is this a stronger team because of who the opposition are? Because we're bragging rights. It's not. I don't know. It is Man United, Liverpool still, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's a trophy. It's a trophy that Klopp hasn't won, isn't it? And he's been criticised in the past, not taking it seriously. So
it is. I'm not sure. I assume Alisson plays. To say whether the fullbacks will be changed. I don't know whether he's.
I think he'll go strong myself, because with Spurs coming Thursday night, it's a huge game.
Yeah, and West Ham,
the big team, he'll need to play them all nearly.
Yeah, they got Spurs and West Ham this week. I mean, obviously West Ham's a pretty straightforward game. I mean, they never get us any trouble. But I they're doing fantastic. I mean,
trigger happy, isn't he?
What a week for Liverpool. I mean, Man United, Tottenham, and a really impressive West Ham at the moment. That's a tough week. Is it the same old, the old nonsense? Oh, we take one game as it's time. Let's win this football match. I mean, I've got no idea who's going to play. I think Salah and Mane will start. Do you agree, Red fans? Do you think?
Yeah. I think Salah's definitely on.
What about he plays today? Will play play Thursday.
What about Firmino? Will he start?
Yeah,
I think he will as well.
You think they're going all three?
He did absolute nothing the other night. He had a glorious chance that could have won that game for us.
Yeah.
And he made, and the confidence in him now is actually at an all-time low. You know,
Yeah.
so you'd have to bring in the boys you want to play Thursday for me.
Can they do 5 subs in the FA Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 subs.
Yeah. So I think they play all front 3 first of all. Then I think.
Yeah, and if we're 3-0 up, we'll take them off.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is odd. I'm looking forward to the team news as much as the game because it could be anything, couldn't it? I mean, I keep talking about odds and things. And I shouldn't. Perhaps that's not what it's all about. But some of the prices I see could be huge in say in 45 minutes time when the teams are announced. Get your £100 ready just to click on. We're on.
It's 3-1,
and Rob, United are going to go strong, I assume.
Yeah, we were saying earlier on before we came on, it's Liverpool United. It's the biggest game in the country, and no matter if it's Premier League, FA Cup, whatever. It's the biggest rivalry going. They're always going to go strong. There's too many bragging rights at stake here, isn't there?
Yeah, and because you haven't really got any injuries, you can mix them out, and you're not sort of weakening your side really because they're all fit really.
Yeah, we haven't got too much to worry about really. We'll see what happens.
And goals today, gentlemen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For
Hey, it could end up penalties, lads. You know what I mean? It's like
it could.
But how many nil-nils have Liverpool United had over the last 3 to 4 years? It's crazy. It's the biggest game in world football for me. Yet when they play, bragging rights is so strong with these two clubs that they end up playing dull draws.
Yeah. I agree. The Liverpool Man City games for Liverpool, in my opinion, are the best games. They're just fantastic. Some of those games could be games of the decade. I mean, they're just phenomenal. And
Honestly.
Liverpool Arsenal always averages about over 4 goals a game. And Liverpool Man United, no disrespect to either, it's not. I went to a few of them in. I think Roy Keane's last game for United at Anfield, and it was absolutely disastrous. It was like Sunday, and you're like all this big build up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was like the last series of Game of Thrones. I don't know, but you know what I mean.
That was bad.
So, Mike, coming to you. The next round comes up against the Mighty Hammers. For me, I'd personally, at the moment, rather play Liverpool. But who would you rather play coming into the 5th round? Because, we're going to Wembley, West Ham. We are going to Wembley.
Well, we've got to be confident, haven't we? At the end of the day, we're playing well and Liverpool aren't. Man United are probably playing better than Liverpool at the moment. So I'd say if I had to choose which team to play, it'd be Liverpool right now at this moment. But we've had a tough draw, haven't we? Really, let's face it. Either Man United or Liverpool. You look at Chelsea. I think they got another Championship team in the next round. We always seem to draw Man United somewhere. In the cup. But
Man City love a draw, don't they?
We've got nothing to lose, Jake, have we? Really, we're just going to go out there and give it our best again. It's a tough for you whoever we're going to play, but we got nothing to fear, really. I don't think.
And it's the FA Cup; anything can happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that definitely I'd prefer to play them, and would I think that Liverpool. There's just what the kind of the mad amount of weeks that they've not lost at Anfield. That record's now gone. All of these records are just sliding away from Liverpool. And I think that personally, on a 1 game stand, we can beat anybody at the moment. But I think Liverpool, we can. I think personally, if Moyes does the right thing on the day, whoever we play, we will give them a good go. And I think that we could be in with a great chance. I think.
Just remember, Liverpool are still the highest scorers in the Premier League.
And
without scoring in the last 4 games.
7 shots on goal since our last goal.
Yeah, I remember watching the Crystal Palace game, just thinking, I hope that we're not using up everything because everything went in top corner box. They were fantastic, everything. And you cannot. If I said, lads, what price do you want? And Liverpool's not going to score after the West Brom, not going to score for 4.5 games. Do you know what I mean? You're going to want ridiculous. I mean, triple figure odds. I mean, it's impossible that they cannot score in those games. I mean, that's football, isn't it? I mean, and also Man City, they're not a big score. I mean, Leeds have scored 1 less than Man City this season in the league. If I said that, you wouldn't believe it. But their strength is now at the back. It's a weird season, isn't it?
But the only team that are benefiting from no fans at the minute are Man United. I'm not being smart when I say that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Bruno Fernandes came in last season. They've amassed 71 points in the Premier League. No team has come close to that. And that was just pre-COVID. No team has come close to it.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because when you're under pressure, like Man United have been for the last 2 seasons, you not have the fans on your back.
Yeah.
And you can see what they've done. But one other thing, United are only 6 points better off than last season. Liverpool are 20 less better off, worse off.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
here's the big swing.
Yeah.
I mean, and of course, if United do get dumped out today, I'm not saying they will, if they do, that's 3 cup competitions since last month. That doesn't leave
And
a
that
lot
happened
left.
to Liverpool last 2 seasons ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we weren't going to bring that up, though, were we?
Oh, yeah, well, we're all fair game here, lads.
Yeah.
So, Rob, if we come back to you, do you think we've mentioned fans not being in the stadium there? Do you think that will give you kind of a boost? Do you think not having fans there? Who's it going to favour, do you think?
I'm not sure boosted the right word, but I know what you're getting at. There's always a massive pressure. Whenever you go to Old Trafford, you always get a feeling that the fans are expecting to watch a show, and they sit back, and that expectation turns into pressure on the players, and I'm sure they feel it. So the fact that they're not there, they're able to just get on with what tasks they've been given, concentrate on their jobs, and play their game. And that pressure's not there. So yeah, it's definitely helped. Definitely.
Yeah, and I think for some places it's kind of favoured and some it hasn't. Richard, do you think that that's going to kind of favour you? And how do you think kind of the game's going to pan out, Richard, for Liverpool?
Yeah, like I said, yeah, without the fans there and we're away. So, like you said, hopefully United will be coming at us to create more space for us. And if we're playing Salah and if Mane's going to play, then we've got the speed up top to be able to do something hopefully against Maguire. I don't know if they play Bailly or Lindelof. Probably prefer Lindelof if I'm being brutally honest. Although Bailly could be a little bit rash and hopefully give us a penalty. But then they've got Luke Shaw who's playing quite well actually. So it will be tough for us regardless. But I think we will score definitely today. I really do. I'm confident that we will score.
Would you play Trent?
Yeah, Dave was on about this, and yeah, I think Dave might be right. Pull him out because he's just not quite with it at the moment, is he? And perhaps he just needs to get Nico in or Milner.
Good.
Yeah, Nico with the passing, he's got the range, and like you said, take Trent out.
Was it 22 crosses into the box the other evening and one found its target? I mean, is that more about Trent or more about the movement up front or about the fact that we haven't got a big 6'4" we haven't got Peter Crouch or
exactly.
Some of the balls were terrible.
Yeah, I just think some of those cross, we just kept passing it out, and then Trent would just cross it in, and it would hit no one. It wouldn't hit any of our players. And like you said, all our front three of the night just weren't big enough.
Yeah, I saw the rerun of the 2012 Carling Cup final, whatever it was, then against Cardiff, and Liverpool had Andy Carroll up front. Yeah. That's who we need. We need Andy Carroll. Andy Carroll. Can you imagine it? Andy Carroll was playing, Suarez was playing, and they brought Bellamy on. If you're centre half, 3 horrible players, they give you the run around. One in the air, one with his elbows in and one with his mouth. Yeah, that wasn't the worst Liverpool side I've ever seen, but they struggled to beat Cardiff. They got through on penalty. They went on to penalties. But what do you think about like a Haaland or someone like that in a 6'4"? Do you think with their crossing ability from the flanks that's not Klopp's style, though,
isn't it? Yeah, I was thinking as an emergency, why don't we just get someone in? Who is 6 foot plus, and we could throw on for the last 10 or 15 minutes, but Klopp just doesn't do that, does he? Klopp does not
change it back, but no, he doesn't.
Just jump in, and I mean, come on. Oh, the comment won't come up now. That's typical, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Could either club afford Craig Dawson in the transfer window?
This is a Craig Dawson, eh?
Who's Craig Dawson?
Richard, who's he?
Just to say,
they might find out in the next round, Jake, when he heads.
Manchester United paid £80 million for Harry Maguire. I'd have to say that Liverpool paid a lot of money for Van Dijk. Perhaps he's not as good as Van Dijk. Maybe he is as good as Van Dijk. Who knows?
He's as good as Van Dijk now when Van Dijk's not playing.
Yeah, I'd say they're on a similar. Van Dijk with one knee. What is that? Craig Dawson who came from Tottenham?
No, from West Brom.
No, West Brom.
I tell
Yeah,
you what,
it's got money.
hang on, let me get a picture up. Right, so we'll start off. We've got high dialect. I would want
I take Antonio from you from West Ham.
No.
Revenge from 2006. I was at that game. What a final that was. The Gerrard
final is right.
Yeah,
That was
right.
If Liverpool didn't have Jamie Carragher, we wouldn't have stood a chance, mind, would we? Because he was diabolical, wasn't he?
He gave you that.
I thought Liverpool's worst player was Pepe Reina. He spilled one, didn't he? Dean Ashton, and he was atrocious. But then he done a flick onto the crossbar in the last minute, where he just tipped onto the crossbar. And from Bobby Zamora, someone was it? Have I got that right? Was it? No.
Did it?
Who was it? Who was it? I'll think of his name in a minute. And then, of course, he ends up being the hero in the penalty shootout.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, if that had gone in, Dudek would have had 2 out of 10 in the rating. He ends up with 9 out of 10 because he saved 3 penalties or whatever it was. And you just think, he got away with that. He was poor. But Carragher, his own goal and things. Yeah.
That is a very good comment there. And this is Craig Dawson, by the way. There he is.
Oh, yeah.
Big
Craig
Craig
Dawson. He runs around a lot.
Big Craig Dawson, hey.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right, let's take him off. Hang on. Let's get him off.
Excellent.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'd just like to say there, Jakey, that you want Liverpool next. If Liverpool beat United today, I feel they are going to kick on from here. So it mightn't be the wisest thing to be looking to play Liverpool there, Miller.
Yeah.
I
agree with that.
United might well win today, but if Liverpool win today, beating United in a cup competition will drag us forward.
Yeah.
That's the worst time to play Liverpool.
I think Liverpool could really, they're obviously not going to carry on this terrible run they're having, and they're going to come good sooner or later.
That's my concern.
So, like I say, if they do get a couple of good wins, then they'll be away again. No doubt about it. They'll be back at the top.
That's my concern. The law of averages says they've got to start scoring again soon.
Definitely.
In the next 4 weeks, they play. In the next 4 weeks, they played all of the top 7. Obviously, one today's in the cup, but all the other teams from the top 7 they've got to play in the next month, plus Champions League. So I don't know. Is it better for Liverpool to be playing Man United, then Tottenham, and then West Ham are obviously doing really well in Man City, and Leicester, and Everton? Is it better that? Then no disrespect to Burnley,
Well, we haven't beaten one of the bottom 6 yet, have we?
Well, not with Sheffield United. No.
So I'd go with you. It's better to play the Spurs, and even West Ham away is going to be tough. I'd rather be playing them games because they'll play football, West Ham as well. So
So let's move on to the final part. So predictions. Rob, we'll start with you. We'll go Rob, Rich, Mike, Dave, and then I'll do mine, and then we'll finish with Paul. So let's go quick fire. Rob, prediction.
I'm going to go 2-1 Cavani to come on and get a late winner.
Rich?
2-1 Liverpool.
Mike?
I think you go to extra time. I think it'd be a draw, 1-1, and then might even go to penalties.
Oh, I'd love a penalty shootout. I tell you what.
That's what everyone else wants, isn't it?
Yeah.
The BBC on that.
Yeah.
A bit of entertainment there, and perhaps, Mike, if it goes to extra time, penalty shootout, there could be a bit of, tiredness coming into Liverpool, perhaps, because we've got them in about a week's time. And guys, get your predictions in the comments, by the way. Dave, what's your prediction?
Well, the first 20 minutes will tell us what my prediction really is. But I really think if we don't come out in the first 20 minutes, it'll be Liverpool and penalties.
I'm going to go 2-1, 3-1, 2-1 and 3-1 Liverpool, but I want to see the teams first because it could be anything. Could be absolutely. Oh, and here's what. Perhaps we're not going to finish with 11 on both teams.
Ooh.
There we are. There we are.
That might be the only exciting part of it.
We'll be back here next week. What another drab 0-0.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2-2 through extra time, through everything else, and I'm gonna go for Liverpool to just edge it on penalties for me. Right, let's.
And Thiago's going to be man of the match. It's got to happen
again.
Yeah.
Right, we've got some predictions from the chat. Dalek's going 3-2 Liverpool. Yeah, penalties. People are hoping for penalties. Yeah.
Mm.
Imagine if golden goal was in this. Honestly.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Love golden
Paul, I'd just like to say, if we play you, obviously we're going to beat you in the 5th round, and then West Ham are on for the double. We're doing the double. That's it. If we get to the final of the FA.
yeah, 1,500 to 1 in the bookies. West Ham double.
Oh, I
1,500
love
to
your
1.
enthusiasm, Jake. I love it.
What a bigger price
That's
than
what
that.
it's all about. That's what football's all about. Enthusiasm.
Yeah, you've got to have hope. And
Yeah,
put it like this, Jake. It's far better talking about the double than just saying, "Oh, just a few more points, and we might stay up." Absolutely,
Oh,
I'm on
correct,
your side
correct.
there. So
They're in a
fair
great
play to
position.
West Ham. They've been absolutely fantastic. And
And
always going to be manager of the year.
it's all down to this guy.
Ah,
Yeah, what's his name again? Is that the bloke you bought from Tottenham?
There he is. The man of the moment. There he is.
Boom.
He's
How
joined
old is he then?
I
He's
don't know.
quite old, isn't he?
Look. Craig's joined us for the live stream.
He's your centre half, isn't he? Your big
Yeah.
centre half. Yeah.
Yeah,
Has he got any
he's 30,
pace? Has he got any pace?
No.
No.
No, he's good at
mind
headers.
you-
He's good at headers. He scored for
Good on the head.
You're very like Andy
Yeah.
Carroll, but the other side.
Yeah.
Scores as many as Andy Carroll as well, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Andy Carroll. Yeah. He could have been class, couldn't he? He could have been class.
Injuries and not looking after himself is what
Yeah.
really stopped him.
Yeah.
He was in the air. He was brilliant, wasn't he?
Oh,
Yeah,
he
He
was
was
no better.
brilliant.
Season
Yeah.
before he joined us, he was awesome. He was like, unplayable, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overhead kicks and everything.
18, 20 goals.
When he came on in that cup final, talking about 2012, they made the FA Cup final. Of course, he scored the goal, and then I'm sure he made it 2-2, but there was no goal line technology. And Czech, I think, clawed it out, but I'm sure that was over the line because in those days. But
Well, we got
talking
one in
about-
2005, didn't we? Like that.
No.
Yeah.
Talking about Chelsea and the ball being over the line, shall we?
Oh no, we leave that where it is.
Right, so guys, have we got any last thoughts for the game? We've got 27 minutes until lineups are announced. Any last thoughts?
I'd like us to go strong and just win the game, and then
Yeah.
and then go on a spin of winning 6-7 games on the banks, and then that'll put us up there.
Yeah.
I believe in the first 20 minutes is when we'll know where Liverpool are in this game. If the longer we go in the game without scoring, the worse it's going to be for us.
True.
For me.
Yeah. And like we said, I think when we spoke last week, that in these games, generally the team who scores first doesn't lose the match. There's never, very rarely in these, probably because there's very few goals in the game. 1-0's enough. You know what I mean? So that first goal could be huge. Or could it be a first goal and it just erupts and then we have a 5?
It could very well be, and I think everyone would love to see that.
Yeah.
The two best teams in the country, or the two well-supported teams in the country, going at it, hammer and tongs. And getting rid of Man City and Liverpool has been the game to watch. Back to United and Liverpool being that game to watch. Because it's huge.
Yeah.
They had their biggest figures. Sky had their biggest figures last Sunday.
Yeah.
But watching 4.5 million people or some 5 million in England alone, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But we've got one last prediction in. Let me just get it's just coming through to us, and this man has said his prediction.
He's back.
He's just been sold. He's sold him. Transfer.
Is that the bloke you bought from Tottenham, Jake?
Yeah.
Craig Dawson's prediction for the game is a 2-2 draw, and he's going to go. Liverpool aren't going to score any penalties. Man United, Cavani's going to score, and then next week he said, sorry, what was that, Craig? Oh, you're gonna have him. You're gonna have Cavani and Rashford in your pocket. They're not gonna do anything for the 5th round.
Unless he's bringing into the game because they won't be playing Man United.
Can you ask Craig Dawson's his opinion how he's going to feel with Salah and Mane running him next week?
Craig is saying.
Craig's gone.
Craig is saying, I am an absolutely massive. I'm the best defender in the league. I can beat anyone with pace.
Well done, Craig.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Great stuff.
We're snapping him up now then.
Yeah. We could do it one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So just before we finish, Paul, I'd like to say to you, hopefully, a unnamed darts player, a massive Liverpool fan. I think we'll have to get him on before we knock you out of the cup, because then it could get a bit heated.
I will. I need to speak to him actually, and I'll speak to him later, and we'll get a date on it because he is a massive Liverpool fan, and he loves a chat, and he loves a karaoke song. Oh, he loves a bit of karaoke, mine. He
Say
loves
what?
a bit of karaoke. So we get him
Oh,
doing a bit of that. It's Craig Dawson. Oh, what a good player!
That's the guy from Spurs.
From West Brom, isn't it?
He loves karaoke. That's great.
Spurs.
Anyway, guys, thank you very much. It's been a right pleasure. And for the last thing, Mike, coming to you, we are going to win the FA Cup. No matter what any of these guys say, we're going to win the cup, Mike.
You're blowing bubbles now, boys.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, lads.
Cheers.
Thank
All the best.
Take care. Thank you, Jake.
So that is it. Thank you very much for watching on this edition of Outside of the Box. Just a few more comments to go through. Thank you, everyone in the comments. I'll tell you what, Craig wants a song now. Hang on. Let's just see what Craig says. Craig says if we reach 600 subscribers if West Ham Unofficial reaches 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, or we win the FA Cup, Craig will sing for us. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. See, that's Josh, that's leading well into me saying subscribe to West Ham Unofficial if you are new. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles. Yeah, we'll get him singing I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles. And thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon for a brand new video. Come on, you irons. And team news is announced in about 20 minutes time. And it's been a great show. Come on, you irons. And from me, from about my 6th guest coming on, and from Craig Dawson,